Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into a pile of sources on, well, the big news in generative video, Google's VEO 3.1 upgrade.
Yeah, there's a lot out there already. Demos look flashy.
Exactly. But our mission here is really for you, the listener, who needs to figure out what actually works, what ships. Does it fit in a real production pipeline?
And crucially, does this move things beyond just a cool tech demo? Is it a reliable tool now?
That's the core question. We're aiming for a clear-headed look focused on production readiness.
Right. We've leaned on sources from engineers, from professional creatives, people looking at it through the lens of quality, control, and importantly, speed.
And we landed on this analogy.
Yeah.
It's not really a brand new model, is it?
No, not exactly. Think of it like the VEO 3 chassis is still there, but they've seriously tuned the engine, added smarter traction control, maybe.
Okay. So optimizing the existing system based on, well, real-world feedback and complaints.
Precisely. They're tightening up 3 core areas that really matter when you're trying to actually make something with it.
And the stakes feel pretty high here. This feels like where the market might start splitting, VEO finding its niche against something like Sora 2?
Absolutely. We need to see if VEO 3.1 can be that specialist tool. Can it really match or beat Sora's sort of raw general power, but in specific areas?
Because for high-stakes production, predictability is everything, right? A beautiful mistake is still a mistake if it breaks the scene.
Couldn't have said it better. Continuity is king. If it fails there, it doesn't matter how pretty it looks.
Okay, let's unpack those 3 big improvement areas. First up, something often overlooked until it bites you. Audio. Richer native audio.
Oh, it's huge. Honestly, a potential game changer for just editorial speed. Before, AI video audio was often, well, an afterthought.
Just a bad loop, usually.
Exactly. Lo-fi, badly looped ambient noise. But the sources suggest VEO 3.1 integrates audio much more deeply, much more natively.
So what does that mean practically, like lip sync?
We're talking dialogue syncing noticeably better with mouth movements, yeah. And ambient sound beds feel less like static wallpaper and more like an actual believable space. Sound effects sit better on the timeline, too.
Okay, so when you say better integrated, how does that help with, say, a rough cut you need to show someone?
Well, the claim, and it's a strong one, is that this makes a draft clip feel finished enough to pitch.
Wow. Okay.
Think about that. You skip that whole day maybe of manually syncing basic sound just to get feedback.
Right, just to make it watchable for a client.
Yeah. It speeds up that feedback loop dramatically. Your human sound designers can focus on the creative stuff, not just fixing the basics.
That makes a ton of sense. Time saved is budget saved, always. Okay, pillar number 2, narrative control. This tackles that infamous problem, prompt drift.
Yes, improved prompt adherence, a notorious issue. You'd ask for, say, a slow push-in 35mm lens feel, and you might get a whip pan or just nothing. A static shot.
This is so frustrating.
VEO 3.1 seems to translate that shot intent much more cleanly. What you ask for is closer to what you get.
Any hints from the sources on how they're doing that? Is it just understanding film terms better or something more technical?
It seems like an improvement in how the model handles the CFG scale, the confining factor guidance, basically giving creators more finesse.
So you can nudge it.
Exactly. Nudge it towards specific styles, framing, pace, camera movement without needing these incredibly complex, heavy prompt gymnastics, as one source put it.
Right. No more praying to the prompt gods.
The model holds the line better on motion and framing, so that specific handheld slow push, you have a much better chance of actually getting it without the shot just falling apart.
Fantastic. Okay, third pillar, the visuals themselves. Enhanced realism. We all know the old AI issues, flat lighting, weird physics.
Yeah, the uncanny valley stuff. This is about the critical cleanup work, moving it from experimental to genuinely usable.
So what specifically?
VEO 3.1 is focusing on textures looking truer. Think fabrics, skin, reflective surfaces, notoriously tricky areas. And crucially, things like water, fire. They behave less like...
Like jelly. Or that weird CGI soup.
Precisely. Less like gelatin. It suggests maybe better temporal consistency, maybe even some foundational physics understanding is baked in now.
Okay, less like jelly. What does that mean for the average creator, though? Beyond just looking nicer.
It points to much higher fidelity between frames. Not just rendering better frames, but better transitions, keeping mass and fluid dynamics consistent.
So the motion looks more real.
Yes. And practically, image to video, starting with a photo, preserves the original identity much more faithfully.
That's key.
If you feed it a great reference image, the video output is way more likely to be publishable right away. That cuts down regeneration costs massively, less trial and error.
So a model that's more stable, more controllable, sounds better. Okay, let's talk about where creators actually interact with this. Google Flow AI, the creative playground.
Right. Flow AI is the front end, the application layer, the storyboard studio. It kind of hides all the complex techie stuff underneath.
Makes sense.
And inside Flow, VEO 3.1 brings these new tools specifically designed to tackle that old curse of AI video: consistency, or lack thereof.
Okay, tool number 1, ingredients to video. Sounds promising for keeping things locked down.
It really feels like the foundation for practical continuity. You can upload up to 3 reference images,
3, okay.
and they act like a visual contract for the output. Lock down the style, a character's face so it doesn't morph, a specific brand logo.
That's essential for any kind of series work, or even just multiple shots in an ad, keeping that hero's face consistent or the product looking right.
Exactly. But there's a potential catch the sources mentioned.
Oh, a trade-off.
Possibly. If you use 3 images to lock identity that tightly, how much does it restrict the text prompt's creativity? Are you trading that continuity for maybe less range in the shot itself?
A fair point. Constraint versus freedom.
And the warning was clear. The model really weights those images heavily. If your reference shots are poor quality or inconsistent,
Garbage in, garbage out.
worse, it'll faithfully replicate the garbage. It forces you to be really professional about your reference assets. Feed it exactly the lens, lighting, and character you want. Treat it like a contract.
Got it. Keep that contract analogy handy. Okay, next tool. Extend. Sounds like it's for building longer sequences.
Yep. Extend grabs the very last second of a clip you just made.
The final frame, basically.
The final second, actually, so it captures motion too. And it uses that as the seed to generate brand new footage, stitching it on seamlessly.
Ah, clever.
The best use is for longer, flowing sequences. Think continuous drone shots, slow reveals over landscapes, steady nature scenes. You build it piece by piece instead of trying to prompt one giant, expensive long shot.
That makes sense for managing complexity and tokens. And
Yeah.
for bridging specific start and end points, there's first and last frame.
Right. This gives you control over transitions. You provide the starting image you want, the final image you want, and the model interpolates the video smoothly between them.
Ooh, okay. So like match cuts, title cards.
Exactly. Deliberate match cuts, clean title reveals, complex logo animations where you need absolute control over the start and end state. It turns a potentially random generation into a designed, controllable action.
Very useful. And finally, insert and remove. This sounds like it's stepping on the toes of traditional VFX work.
It definitely is, yeah. Early days, but promising. Insert lets you add subjects into an existing scene. The big step forward seems to be better handling of shadows and occlusion.
So it looks like it actually belongs there.
More often, yes. Makes the addition look more natural within the scene's lighting. And remove cleans up distractions, surprisingly good at rebuilding the background where something was removed.
So fixing shots without a full re-render, like taking out a boom mic or stray car.
That's the idea. No more regenerating the whole clip just because of one little mistake. Huge time saver potential.
Okay, so we've got these tools. Extend, ingredients, frame to frame, insert, remove, all focused on control and continuity. Which brings us back to that big question.
The VEO versus Sora question.
Right. Is VEO trying to be a Sora killer? The sources seem pretty clear on this.
Yeah, the consensus is no, it's not a killer. It's carving out its own role. A specialist. The market's maturing, finding distinct lanes for these tools.
So VEO 3.1 is shaping up to be the cinematographer's friend. Controlled, reliable.
That's a good way to put it. Highly constrained, maybe, but aiming for high reliability within those constraints. Sora 2 keeps the crown as the generalist, the one with that vast world knowledge.
Let's pin down VEO's specialty then. If you're a creator, when should you reach for VEO today?
Its biggest strength seems to be shot polish. The output often looks almost grade-ready right out of the box.
Impressive.
It's optimized for precision, controlled arcs within a single shot, or maybe a very short sequence. Its consistency with character references, using those ingredients, and image to video seems stronger right now.
So best use cases are?
Think cinematic single shots, high-detail product shots, really elegant stock footage, those smooth drone glides, moody close-ups for luxury ads, anything needing visual perfection over, say, a sprawling story.
Okay. And Sora 2, the generalist, where does it still hold the edge?
Sora's advantage is that deep contextual world knowledge just feels more Adventurous, more worldly.
Handles more complexity.
Yeah. When you throw something really complex at it, a multi-part sequence with big scene changes or concepts involving tricky social interactions, it often manages the long-term physics and those unexpected variables a bit better.
So better at the actual story sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the unexpected stuff.
Exactly. Sora's better at juggling lots of different concepts in one go. It shines for story-heavy shorts, action scenes, maybe social clips, anything that benefits from a more spontaneous, kind of lived-in energy.
It's the wild card.
While VEO is the disciplined professional camera op.
So the big takeaway for a studio or a serious creator isn't about choosing a winner.
No, it's about pluralism, as one source put it. You need both in your toolkit. The creative brief dictates the tool, not the other way around.
Right. Need a perfect, hyper-real product shot, VO. Need a wacky short about a space cowboy on a bicycle. Probably start with Sora. Okay, let's switch gears to the practicalities. Access. How does our listener actually get their hands on this? The sources mentioned 3 distinct paths.
Yep, 3 main ways in. For individual creators, probably the easiest starting point is Google Flow AI.
The Visual Studio we mentioned.
Right. Fastest loop from idea to seeing something on screen. Good for rapid prototyping, trying things out with those tools like Extend and Ingredients.
Okay. What about developers? People wanting to build this into their own apps or workflows?
That's the Veo API. You access it via the main Gemini API. It's the programmatic route.
So for automation, scripting?
Exactly. Automation, integrating video gen into existing pipelines, maybe doing A/B testing on prompts or settings at scale, that kind of thing.
And for the really big players, enterprise teams needing tight controls.
They need something more robust, yeah. That's where Vertex AI comes in. It provides all the necessary governance, detailed usage quotas, key management, fleet management, all the enterprise goodies.
So baking it into internal tools with security and compliance wrapped around it.
You got it. Different needs, different access points.
Okay, access covered. But getting good, reliable results isn't just about having access. It's about process.
Right.
You mentioned treating it like a camera, not a slot machine.
Absolutely. Luck runs out fast. The sources gave some really solid, process-driven prompting tips.
Let's hear them.
First rule, and it's critical, lock the shot before you dress it.
Meaning?
Meaning your initial text prompt needs to constrain the output right away. Don't be vague. Write the core idea, subject, action, framing, motion, mood in one tight, disciplined sentence.
Give us a good example versus a bad one.
Bad. A nice valley shot. Good. Wide drone glide over a snowline valley, slow parallax, late golden hour, soft wind, 50mm lens field.
Ah, much more specific.
That specificity saves compute time, saves tokens, and dramatically boosts your odds of getting something useful by narrowing the model's choices from the start.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And back to ingredients to video, treating references as contracts. What were we contracting again?
Visual identity. You're telling the model, maintain this look, this face, this style, often at the cost of some prompt freedom.
And the warning was?
Be careful what you contract for. Feed it a flawed reference image, bad lighting, weird expression, wrong lens perspective, and the model will rigidly stick to those flaws.
So high-quality inputs are non-negotiable for that feature.
Absolutely. Garbage in, faithful garbage out.
Okay. And the advice on using Extend? Build long shots piece by piece.
Yeah, it's just smart workflow. Chain shorter, successful clips together using Extend. It's cheaper, token-wise, and maintains better consistency and flow and lighting over a long duration. Don't try to brute force a single 60-second prompt.
Build it incrementally.
Right.
Got it. And lastly, audio prompts. Since the native audio is better.
We need to prompt it better. Keep the audio direction simple, literal, concrete, name the sounds, describe the ambience precisely.
So instead of moody audio,
use specifics. Footsteps on wet stone, low wind rustling through pine trees, a faint radio hiss from distance. You'll get much better sync and fewer weird audio surprises. Really lean into the 3.1 audio improvement.
it really hammers home that point.
Ah.
The team shipping stuff or designing their shots, constraining the variables, treating these like production tools.
Exactly. The tools are maturing, so the process has to mature too. VEO 3.1 is that specialist for polish. Sora 2 is the generalist for range. The market's defining these roles, which is actually great news for creatives.
We've covered a lot. The tech upgrades, the tools, the VEO versus Sora dynamic, the practical workflows. So what's the final thought we want to leave you, the listener, with today?
I think that the biggest hurdle now isn't really the technology itself anymore. It's applying it. You've got these specialized tools. You know how to access them.
But the audience doesn't care which AI made it.
Not one bit. They care if the story works, if it feels real, if it's engaging. The real challenge isn't waiting for the perfect tool for VEO 4 or Sora 3.
It's about using what we have now.
Right. The key is to ship something. Start building today. Your audience won't wait for perfect technology, and honestly, neither should you. The best camera is the one you use. The best edit is the one that gets seen. Don't wait. Build.